Christian and David Stone, More Vino Limited. Having only an idea and no experience, school teacher Christian Stone and his brother David Stone, both in their early 20s, decided to get into the wine retail business at a time when rum and scotch were the liquors of choice.
10 years ago, the market for wine was a bit different than it is now, and there really wasn't too much education. In fact, I myself really hadn't consumed much wine in my life, but I kind of liked the direction that the country was going in terms of, heading a little bit more upmarket, and, I thought that wine would be a good area to kind of, try to educate people, create an awareness, and, maybe develop something that wasn't already there. So we had kind of started with the wine retail store, which didn't do exceptionally well. And then, we kind of moved into the more Vino area where it is, we kind of did service on site and, use the wine retail store as a platform to serve wine to guests on site.
Strongly believing in just doing it, the journey which has led to the now popular More Vino restaurant was based on a fluid business plan. Christian recalls.
A guy had come in just randomly off the street, expat, and said, I want to have an event here on Friday. Well, I'm going back to my home. I want to have a couple of friends. So he came and they had a little event and we did 5,000 in sales. So I'm like, all right. So we did the entire business in one night with one event, and it kind of was a light bulb that went off. I said, all right, maybe this is the direction that the market wants us to go in rather than just to be, another Angostura or Fernandez type, retail store environment.
Selling their car to raise the capital needed, along with support from family and friends, considerable courage and perhaps an entrepreneurial sixth sense that the winds of business were changing, Christian and David took the plunge.
We had already invested all this money into this retail store. So to kind of have to turn around the concept, was difficult because I didn't have any money to begin with. So the money that I did have was invested into the store already. So to change the entire concept was tricky, but I think very necessary.
Christian and David have been instrumental in developing both the sophistication of local wine tastes as well as the expansion of the wine and cocktail market. They have seen wine tastes develop from the very sweet to dry over the last decade. While Christian admits that he loves competition, the Areopita Strip boom led to the recognition by Christian and David that they had to continue innovating, as in any growing industry. So it was on to their next venture. The sushi market was at an infant stage when a trip to Japan and their own love for sushi drove them to explore this market, and more sushi was created. They have been trendsetters in this segment and are proud that a number of the current sushi players have worked in their establishment. This, however, created significant competition, and so they decided to compete head-on by expanding their distribution network through the Sumo Sushi brand. A major driving force for Christian and David is the ultimate responsibility that their 100 employees rely on their success every day.
We had faced some very difficult times early in the business. We had lost a lot of money. Our concept wasn't right. We were very green, just two kids basically kind of running this show. And we were insolvent. So we basically had more debt than we had assets.
To date, the Stone brothers have expanded their business successfully from a small wine retail store to a wide distribution network through their Sumo Sushi brand. More Vino now has 2 locations, Areopita Avenue and San Fernando. Today, the business is the local leader in the production and sale of sushi. Christian and David have not been afraid to learn from their mistakes. Their imagination and adaptability have allowed them to bounce back and to keep trying. Christian Stone has bold advice for young people thinking of new business ventures.
One of my favorite pieces of advice actually in Trinidad is from the lottery vendors who say, if you don't have a ticket, you don't have a chance. You can't be lucky and coward. And if it is you're not trying, well then you're not going to make it. So instead of thinking about it, just do it. Just get out there and do it.
Marcus Suncow, Fresh Start Limited. Fresh Start represented a new beginning for the Suncow family. Marcus, the second-generation leader, was instrumental in transforming the brand into what it is today. Marcus recalls his early training in the family business.
On weekends, we would go down to the market, whether I liked it or not, and sell fruit ices and cordials off of the back of the van. back in the day. I think that I was still in primary school.
Sun Cow, born with the entrepreneurial streak, started his career with doubles delivery in school, and later the rent-a-husband handyman service. Giving his academics a rest, he answered the call to join the family business. One of his biggest transformation efforts involved the rebranding of the company to effectively compete in the very competitive beverage market.
And with the support of everyone, family, staff, everybody in the company, we came out with a great looking product to go along with a great tasting product. And now we have the new face of Fresh Start.
The change paid off. Their ready-to-drink juices and concentrates were poised for growth, maxing out their manufacturing facilities. Fresh Start currently produces and distributes concentrates and juices to the retail and hospitality sectors, its main business-to-business sector. The company boasts of a solid track record of service and product quality. There are 13 flavors of fresh juices.
Fresh Start now, we have grown tremendously over the past couple of years. Right now we are literally bursting at our seams.
Building the team and ensuring the family atmosphere is balanced, Sun Cow understands the importance of keeping the team motivated. Thanks to his new vision for Fresh Start, the company won the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association's Small Manufacturer of the Year Award in 2014. But Sun Cow isn't stopping there. An innovative leader, he hopes to be a large exporter one day, taking indigenous Trinidad and Tobago and Caribbean products and flavors to the rest of the world and helping other smaller manufacturers with creating and marketing their products. The lesson Marcus Sun Cow has learned while sitting in the hot seat over the past few years, he says, is,
I think with entrepreneurship, it's all about the individual. It's up to the individual to ensure that if you have an idea, to just go with it, go with your gut feeling, and make it happen. And when it fails, you get back up and you do it all over again.
Lisa Wickham, Imagine Media International Limited. From a young age, Lisa Wickham started her career in television and media, advancing from in front the camera to behind it. Whilst achieving her academic goals, Wickham has been creating, developing, and promoting the evolution of the local film industry.
So I started when I was 6 years old on a show called Rikki Tikki. I grew up in TTT. I considered a TTT baby, right? When I started to do party time, that is when I got interested in behind the scenes. In Trinidad and Tobago at the time, a career in film and television was not seen as a real career. So I think my competitive advantage, what really sets me apart, is the fact that I have a strong academic background. I have an MBA from Warwick University with distinction. Having had to go through academic and corporate and now settled in creative, that is what really sets me apart.
Wickham entrepreneurship spans many ventures, including Books on the Move and opening the first internet coin laundry in Tobago. But her passion has always been television and film. Following on from her first success, the E-Zone TV show, Wickham formed Imagine Media International Limited. Using the unique combination of creativity and academic training, Wickham reshaped her business to meet the changing demands of the media industry. Unafraid of budget constraints, Lisa used wit and keen bartering skills to accomplish one of her most lauded achievements, the documentary feature film Forward Home, produced on a budget of US $10,000.
We shot that in 6 weeks and had to deliver it a month later.
A major turning point for Wickham and also for the local film industry was her selection as the Trinidad producer of the Canadian-backed movie Home Again in 2013, which was produced on location in this country.
So far, Home Again is the largest in terms of footprint, in terms of budget, to come to Trinidad and Tobago, and I think it has definitely transformed the film industry. It's just exploded.
Following from the heels of Home Again, Wickham produced the US-backed feature film Girlfriend's Getaway. Lisa's versatility is evidenced by her publishing achievements, not only with her magazine, E-Zone the Mag, but also her book, On a Positive Note, Words of Inspiration. Wickham works with a small core team, but she has also helped to expose local film and media practitioners to international expertise. Lisa has also developed the film industry through training of many young people through the Caribbean Film and Training Academy. Lisa sits on several non-for-profit boards and has been one of the youngest Lions presidents. She is proud of her project Shoot to Live, in which she worked with youths to train them to shoot with cameras, not guns. The advice she would offer to novice entrepreneurs:
I would give the advice of reputation before riches.